This has been one of the things that I love about working on projects that are a little bit conceptual, is that when I first bought a globe, and this was the stand which I basically salvaged the globe out of, one of the things I sort of realized initially was that, I don't know if you can see at the bottom here, but this is a 25-degree angle of which it positions the Earth at an angle. And this is like the typical dimension for all globes that you'll find pretty much on, any website. And the thing that I realized was that when I made this, I don't know if you can see that, it was basically about that angle. And what that does, it's quite interesting to realize, is it presents Europe and Great Britain, and indeed the United States of the America, and just to be completely fair, China as well. Some countries which have had a big influence on drawing and indeed naming. We won't get into politics, but a lot of global maps over their years. And so what it sort of made me realize is that if I made this really wanting people to actually explore a little bit beyond the convention, I realized that at 25 degrees, you just really can't see much of the southern hemisphere. And so it's a small thing, but something that I'm quite I'm quite proud of as a sort of hidden, I don't know what you want to call it, but meaning or sort of point that I want to prove, is that by tilting this back to now this is a 30-degree angle globe, your eye naturally rests much closer to the equator. And I actually have to sit up and peer if I want to see that sort of the British-American line. And so, of course, anyone who would like to traverse along those well-trodden radio stations is extremely welcome to. But the fact that your eye now rests in places like Kenya, Ethiopia, a source of amazing jazz. I have no idea what radio stations are like in Thailand. Have not been, have not listened. The Philippines, Venezuela, Brazil, of course. I think there's something just poetic about adding another 5 degrees to literally and metaphorically shift one's perspective. So I don't think this is ever really going to make the the papers, but there's just something that I take a little bit of pleasure in knowing that I kind of tinkered with the default by 5 degrees to do something which I think is important. So yeah, there we go. Sometimes 5 degrees matters to shift perspective.